Hi, everyone. You're listening to the Love and Money podcast with Shakira. And today I'm going to talk to you about what's going on in China. So, why do you care about what's going on in China? Because what goes on in China affects what goes on in the United States. So, China's having a bit electricity crisis. If you've heard, they have an electricity shortage. And so what they are doing is they're shutting down power plants and they are shortening the duration that the power plants operate because they are conserving electricity. So why is this important? So they use electricity to make almost everything that they make. They use electricity to make the semiconductors for the cars that we need. They use electricity to make the food that we need. They use electricity to make the milk that we need, electricity to make the iPhones, the video games, the semiconductors, the paper, wool, and everything else that they make. So there's electricity shortage. They're shutting down the power plants. They're conserving energy. That means less goods. That means less is being exported. So less being made and less being exported will mean less going to the United States, and it means when it gets here, it's going to be a higher price. So I'm not sure if you heard of rumors of a food shortage coming, but there are rumors that there is a food shortage coming. So what you can do is prepare now, get the things that you know you could be getting to sustain yourself, like the beans, the water. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm not sure if you acted on it. I'm not sure if it's true or if it's just a rumor, but we've all heard the rumor that there's a food shortage coming. Now we know China is having difficulty making food because they have an electricity shortage. The food that they make over there, it ends up coming over here. So if they're not making it over there, that means less coming over here. So this is hurting different manufacturers, it's hurting different goods. This electricity over in China, the electricity shortage, is hurting the majority of the things that they make. So, number one, is hurting Toyota. Toyota, they generally make 1 million cars a year over in China. So they're making less cars because they're shutting down them power plants to conserve energy. They are making less food because they're shutting down those power plants to conserve energy. They are having difficulty uh, with supplying things that they usually supply. They usually supply things like they are having difficulty with their crops. The crops are corn, soy, peanuts, cotton, the oil that they make for cooking, and then the crushing of beans because you need electricity for the machine that crushes the beans. So less of that will be going on. As it pertains to food, if you have less energy, then you'll be harvesting less food. So China is one of the biggest agricultural producers. So if they don't have enough electricity to make food, they're not going to be making it. So, like I said before, they're struggling with their crops. Their plants are being forced to shut down. And if they're not making the food, then that means it's not going to be exported over here. That means that you should be going to get it now. Also, there will be a delay on the shipping products, things like clothes and toys. So, as the holidays approach in December, if you have children, then you want to think about getting that now because there will be a delay on, first of all, the delay is making the clothes and the toys in the first place. And then the second delay is shipping it over. So you want to think about that now if you have children. Go get the clothes now. Go get the toys now. If you are thinking about the food shortage, go get the food now. Go get the water now. It is also affecting the milk industry over there. Um, because I'm not sure if you've seen before how they get the milk from the cows. Like they have the cows on this line, and the cows, how they get the milk from the cows, right? Well, instead of using a human being to do it, they actually have a machine that they are using to pump the milk. Well, since that causes electricity, they're shutting down on that electricity. So they're getting less milk. It's affecting milk in that way because it's connected to electricity. There's a higher demand for paper. If you remember when the pandemic first hit here in the US, everybody was running for the toilet paper and you couldn't find toilet paper anywhere. Well, that's what's happening now over in China. But instead of toilet paper, it's the actual paper, demand for paper, demand for packing materials, and demand for cardboard boxes because it takes electricity to make all of those things. So it's affecting the car industry because they're not making as many semiconductors. It's affecting the food industry because they're shutting down the power plants. You need electricity to make food. It's affecting the milk industry because you need electricity to pump the milk. They're not using the human beings. They're using these little machine devices. So it's affecting the milk. It's affecting the paper. It's affecting the pork. Reason being is because you need electricity to keep it refrigerated, and they're cutting down on that. So it's affecting the pork. It's affecting the wool that they make. The amount of wool that they make has been cut down by 40%. It's affecting the iPhones that they make, the gaming consoles, and the semiconductors, like I said before. So what they do is China, they make a whole bunch of things over in China, and then it ends up in the United States. So if they're not making it, that means it's not coming to the United States. And then if it does get here, it's going to be at a higher price. So what is the lesson in this? The lesson in this is to go get it now. Go get your food now. Go get your water now. And then if you have children, go get your clothes and toys now. Whatever you believe that your necessities are, just go ahead and get it now. Now, I'm sure you'll be fine no matter what happens. We just survived the pandemic and nobody was preparing for a pandemic. Nobody was going to get their stuff now. And we all survived. Of course, a lot of people died, but thanks be to God, we're still here and we didn't prepare for it. We didn't prepare for a pandemic. But hey, if you know about it, if you know what's coming, you know China's having a problem with electricity. Like we didn't know they were having a problem with the pandemic. The pandemic ended up over here. So now we know they're having a problem with electricity. So are you going to do something about it or are you not going to do something about it? So it's really up to you. You can go get your stuff now, or you can just trust in God that everything will be okay. Either way, you're going to be fine. But just a heads up, they're having problems over in China and it's an electricity shortage. So just wanted to come in, chime in, let you know what's going on. This is the Love of Money podcast with Shakira. If you like this podcast, please share it with one other person. And please hit the like and subscribe button. And please leave a comment. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching.